Let me tell you a little bit about Inclusion Europe's projects. We have a number of really exciting projects happening in Europe. We have a project called Topside, and in Topside we've been looking at accessible material and training and at the concept of peer support. And what that's about is people helping each other to speak up and to make decisions. And that's very important for people with a learning disability. A new project this year that we're very excited about is Safe Surfing. And that's about people with intellectual disability using the internet safely and learning how to do that, and also advising other people on how to make the internet more usable and more safe. We have a project called New Paths, and that's about new paths to inclusion. It's building on work we've done before, and it's thinking about how can we make services better suited to people? How do we make them more individualized, and how do we give people control over what happens? So what does it take? How do we all have to work in a more person-centered way? And how can we help organizations to be more person-centered, and people, individual people, to understand how to use person-centered planning to get a better result for them? So those are some of the projects we've been working on. One that took us to Geneva is called Hear Our Voices, and the participants in that project were very excited because they got to go to the United Nations and speak up for themselves, and all the people in that were young people. And what they were saying was that the disabled people's movement doesn't listen to young people and children enough. And they also said that the children's rights committees and organizations don't pay enough attention to children and young people with disabilities. So we got both of those committees together, and the Hear Our Voices project brought young people together from across Europe to speak to those two committees about the things that concerned them and what they thought the committees needed to do. So look out for our conferences. You'll hear more about our projects at conferences coming up. We have Europe in Action, which is happening in Rome the week of the 20th of May, and a Hear Our Voices conference, which is for self-advocates and run by self-advocates, in October in Madrid, and I think that's the 2nd and 3rd of October. So please come along and find out more about our work and join in.